I'm Dr. Shibu John, managing editor with 3D Graphy News and also the founder of 3D Graphy as a consortium. It's a great privilege and an opportunity for us to interview experts who have been doing some great work in 3D technology. So we are in the space of making respondents and the end users updated on various new happenings in 3D technology. 3D technology is very vast, ladies and gentlemen. 3D technology consists of 3D printing, 3D imaging, 3D simulation, software, modeling, segmentation, and 3D visualization that we all talk about, augmented reality and AR and VR and mixed reality. And also not to miss out artificial intelligence. That's gaining a lot of traction nowadays in terms of seeing that how data analytics can be of much of a value for both the respondents who are offering solutions and also the respondents who are also looking at solutions, making it very, very specific to the requirement. So 3D Graphy News has been a conscious effort and we believe that the aspirants who have done some great work in the space and researchers and scientists who are doing some great work and also technology experts, this needs to actually go out to the market for respondents to know and learn. So today, ladies and gentlemen, I have the opportunity to interview somebody who has really been passionate in this business and who has really carried on from almost last 6 years in 3D printing consumer business. So he has actually democratized 3D technology. So we're trying to relate with what 3D Graphy also does in terms of democratizing 3D technology to benefit all. And it will be very interesting to know his journey in terms of where he started and how is he placed today in the market and what was the times that he had to go through. There will be always tough times and good times and bad times, and that's the learning. But being there persistent is always going to take you a long way. So today I would like to ask him certain pertinent questions and for all of us to also know and learn from him and his journey. So Mr. Rahul, it's a pleasure to connect with you, and let me ask you your journey, where it all started, Rahul, for you to have realized the importance of 3D, and what was the quest in the journey?
Thank you, Dr. Shibu, for introducing me. So I started my journey 6 years back. I had gone to an exhibition, and basically an exhibition is a place where you see opportunities and new things coming in. And I went to such exhibition and I saw a 3D printer over there. I think 6 years back the 3D printers used to cost about 10 lakh rupees a piece. And I felt that this is magic. This machine is magic, where it can make anything to everything. Whether you want to make a horse or you want to make a cart, you can just create anything using a simple machine like this. And that time, we realized that this technology can be, if it is achieved at a lower price, it can become a consumer brand, where it can become a consumer product, where anybody like you and me can buy a machine for our homes like we buy a computer or a mobile phone. And that's how the entire quest of starting a new business came in. And I always love challenges, and I think starting the entire business was a challenge for us because we are entering a space, or we are creating a space which never existed in India.
So Rahul, I think it was a good opportunity for you to then go and have a visit to this this exhibition, for you to have realized the importance of how new products can be designed. But to start with a business, what was the first thing that took on, for you to look at taking 3D technology or 3D printing per se in your business proposition? Because when you choose a business, you always need to make the right decision in terms of whether this business will sustain, or was it only the liking of the technology? How did it actually transpire?
So before talking about why I went into this, I'll give you a background of who I was. So I was with my dad in a textile business where we were one of the biggest distributors for various Indian brands. And we used to sell those, basically yarn that we call across India. But I always felt that I didn't have a passion in the business, and there's something beyond that I can create for myself. And that's where I saw this technology, and I felt that I relate a lot to it because it's a very fresh thing, and you need to create a lot of space for yourself. So it's a lot of challenging also. And hence we went into this technology. Yes, it is not an easy task to get into a new business or create a space. In this, I visited a lot of countries. I visited China, Taiwan, UK, just to understand which are the international brands which exist in this technology. And then we started with a 6 printer batch. First, we ordered 6 printers for us to do a self-analysis whether is this the future of business or is it just a aura of a good feeling that we have. Then after the first 6 printers, we realized, yes, this is a fascinating technology. The way computers came in everybody's school and then came in personal life, I always relate 3D printing technology to computer technology. The same way 3D printers will enter schools and various institutes, and gradually it will come to everybody's home. So the journey is difficult, but when it's difficult, that's where the fun is.
So Rahul, also as a structure of the business, because we know that 3D printing is used in various different industries like aerospace, defense, medical, auto, lifestyle, fashion, likewise. So it's a huge area that we are actually dealing in. So prima facie, what is your area of interest and which sectors, and what is the structure of business that you have currently taken into account in terms of the prospect that you feel that it needs to be the focus?
So when we started 3D printing, your audience would be knowing that 3D printing started in the year of 1980s. So 3D printing is there since maybe about 42 years now. But people don't know about it. People know all about industrial 3D printing. That means only people who can afford a big industries, they know the technology exists and they can apply, and they are the only ones who can create innovation. Our vision is that everybody should have the right to create innovation, and that can only happen at a grassroots level. So our focus of the entire brand was creating a consumer 3D printing industry which never existed in India. India 3D printing existed, but only in the industrial application. So our focus became consumer 3D printing. In order to be a consumer 3D printing focus, we first segmented which are the segments, or we bifurcated which are the segments that we should focus on. So our focus areas came in SME enterprises, small and medium. We focused on education institutes like colleges, schools. So these are the places where innovation can be driven and innovation can be created. So that's where our focus is, and we are only focusing on consumer 3D printing as a brand. We have machines which are also industrial, which are also consumer both. So our entire platform is basically, we have about 10 plus offices or experience centers across India. In Mumbai, we have created India's first 100% sustainable 3D printing experience center, which works on complete solar energy. And we also sell on various platforms. Because it's a consumer brand, we made sure that the availability is there, everything from offline to online. So we are there on various online e-commerce websites. You can buy products on wall3d.com. Similarly, Amazon, Flipkart, whichever brand name you call as an online e-commerce, we are available. So we have done everything where the product is available to the consumer. And like you asked me, what are the products we do? So we are basically into 3D printers. We manufacture our own 3D filaments. We are one of the biggest brand for 3D pens in India, which starts from an age group of 5 years. We also have products like 3D printing resins. We also do rapid prototyping. So these are the various sectors of business that we are into right now.
Thank you, Rahul, and we would now like to also have an experience of the center, because we had a good chat with Rahul, the man, where he started his journey. But we'll also have an experience, ladies and gentlemen, to also see these various different intricate objects which are made with 3D printing, also for you to get a live experience of the center, a beautiful center in Parel that he has been able to formulate, Wall 3D. And for all of us who probably would want to know about this technology, please do visit to the center so that you can really experience where all these technologies can be used and utilized. Rahul, interestingly, your logo also looks very nice and very catchy. I presume that this is also 3D printed.
Yeah, so we have made a logo. The entire logo also has a 3D printer in the middle. And if you see inside, there is actually a 3D printer kept.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, and the O of the Wall 3D is basically the filament spool that you see is rotating. So we try to add innovation to your entire brand name also.
Amazing. So that's what 3D printing can do.
Yes.
You can make the innovation, converted to whatever your imagination can be actually possible. It can be possible with 3D printing.
Yes.
Amazing.
Yes.
So Rahul, I can see your door, which is actually an orange door. So what does it depict?
So Orange Door is basically, it's open to the world of 3D printing opportunities that Wall 3D has for you, and a brand color is orange. So hence we created a signature statement that, let's enter to the world of 3D printing opportunities together and create change in the Indian industry today.
So, ladies and gentlemen, here is a beautiful capture, again done with 3D printing. It's an architecture, huge model, which Rahul will be able to explain. Rahul, please, this is an architecture model. It can be a very good piece to be used in a house for a display, making it a beautiful experience for both the family and also for their guests to actually visualize. So yeah, if you can please kindly explain, how was this entire process been built and how much time does it take?
So the entire piece, took us about 125 hours. So the height of the product is about 6 feet and the length of the product is about 10 to 12 feet. So if you see, this entire piece is manufactured in various parts. We have kept it as raw as the machine can give you a result. We have not done any post-processing, basically to give people a real idea of what the machine can give you in real and not give you an illusion of creating something different. If you see every part, here there is a line. So this is how one piece is made. Similarly, we manufactured pieces in different parts and then we assembled it, using some kind of adhesives. So it's a very easy process, and you can, a bigger design, you can construct into smaller parts and make it assembly.
So this can be a very good means and method for interior designers to look at giving solutions to their customers. And I'm sure you would also have a lot of respondents coming with that requirement, Rahul.
So this entire space was, designed by Dipti Khanna Designs. So the idea was that we need to have maximum number of 3D printing products or use of 3D printing applications. So this entire wall was basically made so that we have a division between the pantry and the visual where customers are coming in.
Amazing.
So instead of making a solid structure, we thought why not create a green vertical garden. So that's how the entire space is green with gives freshness to the space.
And also very specifically, this has also been made in a material called PLA,
yes,
which is polylactic acid, which is again biodegradable. So conserving the environment is also key. Thank you so much, Rahul. Ladies and gentlemen, now we are at a place where everybody needs it, which is the bathroom. But yes, here too we've actually made some good intricate objects. I mean, obviously being patented by Mr. Rahul. Rahul, can you explain about this in terms of, it looks so beautiful, the lights in terms of 3D printed?
I feel in today's generation, people are more in the washroom, using phones or watching something news or whatever. So I felt that let's add 3D printing to washroom also. So the entire ceiling that you see, we have 3D printed the light in our own pattern of a cobweb, basically to give the element of difference. And making the washroom more interesting, and you see the entire setup is black, only that light is orange to make it more appealing.
Yeah. So we'll find more people actually sitting in the washroom rather coming out and doing the business.
Yes, I think a person judges the product or the brand through the washroom.
Yes.
So we made it sure that we created a
amazing. So imagination can be made anywhere and everywhere. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you.
So Rahul, I see a beautiful set of lampshades here, again designed and then manufactured with 3D printing. So I think now we are at a time when you can design something, you can also then look at manufacturing using the technology and 3D printers, which mean it's a great scope for business eventually going forward. So for even the final parts in terms of making a possibility. So do you think that this is going to be the future in terms of people want to make a choice and then want to have customized final required lifestyle products?
So rightly said, this is the future. That's what today's world is based on customization. People want different, people want something with their own brand name, own design or own concepts. And 3D printing has always been perceived as a prototyping product. But using 3D printing, now people are making end products using batch production. Internationally, there is a concept called as 3D printing farm. So in international markets, there are farms where there are about 50 to maybe 200 printers put together, and all it does is makes end products. So I think that is what the future I look in India, where people will start making farms, start printing what they like, and they will sell it in the retail market like any other industry that did. And the best is no stocking, no wastage of money, your planning is much better.
No molds,
No mold,
no warehousing.
and it is on call production. You have an order of 100 pieces, you have 100 printers printing. Within a day of 7 hours, you get the 100 products in hand.
Very specifically to the requirement.
Yes.
Thank you. So ladies and gentlemen, now we go to the next unique product. Now we are talking about 3D pens. So for you to have an experience. Now this is also used for students in terms of making creative designs of their own to give a very good imagination for them to get it in reality. And also architects for that matter in terms of making it more convenient for then sharing it with their colleagues when they're planning and drawing some sketch to give it a 3D kind of a finish. So Rahul, can you just share the experience please? Thank you.
So this is basically a 3D pen called as iTouch 3D. So it's a very simple tool. This 3D pen works more on a manual mode. So this is the same cornstarch raw material which we were talking about, which is used to make the structures. The same material is used for the 3D pen. So it is very user friendly, kid friendly, no fumes. It can be used in homes as well as offices. So in this, the fun is that whatever you draw can become solid. Like you clearly said, rightly said that this can be used in schools as well as it can be used in by architects or anything like this. So they can have an application in real. So I'm just trying to make maybe a souvenir for your brand name. I'm not a good painter, but I'm trying my efforts.
No, you're really eloquent in terms of how you've been able to be making it very artistic and looking good. Thank you.
Yeah. So I'm just joining all the letters so that it comes as a single piece. And the beauty about the pen is that whatever kids draw or adults draw, it can be directly made into a final product. And the fun element is that within seconds, the product becomes solid, and all I have to do is just, you see, it's a solid structure now. And this is what I made.
Oh, that's amazing. So you can also have elevation, Rahul, in terms of.
So just to explain you what kind of a lot of people say 3D models if I want to make. So I'll just try to be a little on the creative side and create. Suppose I make a platform like this, and this pen itself can act as a glue, for its attaching two parts together. So this I'm making a stand right now for the word that we made. Just to give you an example how structures can be made in 3D. So if you see something like this, the entire Eiffel Tower is made using a pen. So basically first different parts are made in a flat surface, and then they are attached with each other using a pen. So kids can do their projects, they can create innovative products, they can create props. And the fun is that these pens are from the range of 6 years onwards. So anybody can become an innovator. That's what our vision is, and we wanted to start innovation at a very early age for kids.
Very interesting, Rahul. So this should be actually a need for every schools for them to experience, for the kids to get an experience to be more creatively made, so that we can actually have it procured. Yeah, thank you.
So like you rightly said that right now, Shibu, it's a part of the art and craft of schools.
Okay.
So where art teachers or they can use these pens to create actual physical structures.
Amazing.
Which is more fascinating for the kids than the regular books that they've been doing. And
Right.
this also gives a satisfaction to the kid that whatever I imagine can be made in real.
Right.
See, now you see I'm using the same glue stick to make a vertical structure. So it becomes a the same thing which was flat earlier, now I made it a 3D model.
Amazing. So that's imagination made real.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.